Welcome to the Kuvox Shift, where consciousness meets creation. I'm your host, Sukhmander, and you're listening to Awaken Your Inner Creator, a multi-part series exploring energy, vibration, and the science of manifestation. Hey, beautiful souls. Today is going to be something really special. I have with me a guest whose work has not only changed lives around the world, but has also helped bridge the gap between ancient wisdom and modern science. She's a hidden gem who keeps herself hidden, but her work shows up. She is an authority in meditation, yoga, manifestation, quantum energy, a very well sought after speaker, and in the process of authoring an incredible book, The Anu Code. Please give a warm welcome to Anu. Anu, welcome to Awaken Your Inner Creator.
Thank you, Sukhmander. I am so excited to be here. This is one of my favorite conversations to have because when people truly understand these concepts, it can transform their lives from the inside out.
Beautiful. Before we dive in, could you share a bit about your journey, Anu? What brought you to this work?
Absolutely. I spent years in the corporate world, working crazy hours, chasing titles, and ignoring that quiet voice inside. One evening, I came home from work, exhausted, and something in me snapped. I realized I had no idea who I was outside of my job title. That night, I meditated for the first time in years and visualized a new life. Within 2 years, I was living a life that you see me today. I am still doing my full-time job and personally and remotely helping and teaching about meditation, energy, manifestation, quantum and consciousness, and loving my life in ways I didn't think were possible.
I love that so much. And it perfectly tees up our conversation today because we're diving into the fascinating world of manifestation, frequency, visualization, vibration, the mirror principle, and quantum reality. Shall we jump in?
Let's do it.
So let's start at the very beginning. Anu, what exactly is manifestation? Because a lot of people hear the term and think it's just about wishing really hard and hoping the universe delivers.
Great question. Manifestation is about consciously creating your reality. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's alignment. At its core, manifestation means turning your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs into tangible experiences. What you consistently focus on, both consciously and unconsciously, shapes your external world.
So it's really about internal alignment, not just vision boards and hoping?
Exactly. Vision boards can be a tool, but if you have a deep belief that you're not worthy of success, no amount of pictures on a wall will override that subconscious programming. You need your emotions, thoughts, and beliefs to be in harmony with what you desire.
I love that. Can you give us a real-life example?
Absolutely. Jim Carrey is a famous example. Early in his career, he wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, dated it a few years in the future, and kept it in his wallet. He visualized it daily, and just before that date arrived, he landed his role in Dumb and Dumber and was paid exactly that amount.
Wow. So good. And I think people forget that it's not just about thinking positively, right?
Yes, it's about becoming a vibrational match for what you desire. That means cultivating the feelings of having it now, aligning your actions, and clearing the limiting beliefs that contradict it.
Perfect. Listeners, quick journaling prompt for you. What have you already manifested consciously or unconsciously in your life? How does that reflect your past beliefs? Take 5 minutes and jot it down. Pause the podcast if you need to.
That's a powerful exercise.
Anu, when you say frequency, what do you mean exactly? Can you break it down for those of us who aren't physicists?
Of course, everything in the universe, including our thoughts and emotions, carries a frequency. Think of it like a radio station. If you're tuned into a station playing heavy, sad music, you're going to feel heavy and sad. But if you switch the dial to a station playing upbeat, joyful music, your mood shifts. The same happens with our energy. When you carry emotions like gratitude, love, and joy, your personal frequency rises. Science even supports this. The HeartMath Institute has conducted numerous studies showing how emotions affect the heart's electromagnetic field, which radiates several feet around your body.
That's fascinating. So it's not just a metaphysical idea, there's actual data behind it.
Absolutely. David R. Hawkins created a map of consciousness that ranks emotions by their vibrational frequency. For example, shame vibrates at 20 hertz, while love vibrates at 500. Enlightenment is above 700. Map of Consciousness teaches that every emotional state carries a vibrational frequency, and the higher your frequency, the more effortlessly you align with positive, abundant outcomes. For manifestation, the key is raising your emotional state above the critical level of 200, moving from fear, doubt, and lack toward courage, love, gratitude, and joy. Since you attract experiences that match your dominant emotional vibration, consciously shifting into high-frequency emotions enhances your manifesting power. In essence, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. So the more elevated your energy, the more naturally your desires materialize.
That's a huge difference. How can our listeners raise their frequency?
Start simple. Practice gratitude, move your body, meditate, surround yourself with positive people. And one of my favorites, go outside and connect with nature. The Earth's frequency, the Schumann resonance, naturally balances our energy. Start simple. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight to raise your vibration. Small, consistent shifts create powerful momentum. Begin by practicing gratitude. Every day, take a moment to acknowledge what's good in your life, no matter how small. Gratitude naturally lifts your frequency and shifts your focus from lack to abundance. Move your body in any way that feels good to you, whether it's dancing, stretching, walking, or yoga. Physical movement releases stagnant energy and boosts your mood instantly. Make time to meditate, even if it's just for a few minutes. Quieting the mind helps you reconnect with your inner self, release stress, and access higher states of clarity and peace. Surround yourself with people who uplift, inspire, and support you. Your environment plays a huge role in your emotional and energetic state. And one of my personal favorites, step outside and connect with nature. Whether it's barefoot on grass, listening to the ocean, or sitting under a tree, the earth carries a natural vibrational frequency known as the Schumann resonance, around 7.83 hertz, which helps to ground, balance, and harmonize our energy fields. Nature effortlessly reminds us of our innate connection to the universe, making it one of the simplest and most powerful tools for raising your vibration. There is a lot more we can talk about it, maybe a full episode.
Would love that. We will have a full episode. If you don't mind, can you give a taste of it? A simple practical exercise. A simple frequency-raising practice our listeners can do right now?
Great idea. Let's do it together. Listeners, wherever you are, take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Hold it. And exhale slowly. Repeat in through your nose. Hold it. And exhale slowly. Now think of one thing you're deeply grateful for. Really feel it in your body. Notice how your chest softens, your energy shifts.
Wow, I feel that already.
That's it. The more you consciously shift into higher frequency states, the easier it becomes to stay there.
Now, Anu, let's talk about visualization. It's such a buzzword these days, but what's really happening when we visualize?
Beautiful question, Alex. Visualization is the act of creating vivid mental images of your desired future, paired with the emotions you would feel if it were already real. Neuroscience shows that when you visualize something in detail, your brain activates the same neural pathways as if you were actually experiencing it. This creates a powerful blueprint in your subconscious mind.
So, in a way, your mind can't distinguish between an imagined event and a real one?
Exactly. That's why elite athletes use visualization before big games or competitions. Michael Phelps, for example, visualized every stroke of his races before hitting the water. It's not just wishful thinking, it's training your brain to become familiar with success.
I love that. So, what would a good beginner visualization practice look like?
Great question. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and picture one clear goal. Now, bring all your senses into it. What do you see, hear, feel, smell, taste? The more real it feels, the stronger the neural imprint. Stay there for a few minutes every day.
I am sure we can have one full episode on the actual practice of visualization.
That is correct, Sukhmander. Maybe multiple episodes to cover the visualization fully, as there are lots of confusions and misinformation around about visualization, which is actually a simple process, but our human mind wants to complicate things.